Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a scratch and sniff card. If you're in the UK, you probably won't be able to get hold of any Kool-Aid, although you can buy it online. If you're in America, this is what you're going to be using. But here in England, you can get jelly crystals. They act exactly the same, but they need to be no added sugar. Okay, I picked these up in my local supermarket and they work just fine. You'll also be needing some clear embossing powder. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to mix. I've already mixed mine, so I'm going to show you what it looked like. But here's my sandwich container, and I just used a medicine spoon, and I used 1.5 scoops of clear embossing powder, and I used 1 scoop of jelly crystals, and I just mixed them together and just gave them a shake so that I've got equal amounts in the bottom of my box, and put that to one side. And I was using the Tart and Tangy stamp set on a piece of Whisper White cardstock. Now, because in the UK we don't have the craft ink pads yet, we're going to be using a Versamark pad. Obviously yours doesn't look as murky as mine when you first get it. So you're going to ink up your stamp. I'm using the strawberry, and I'm going to just wipe the Versamark off the top of my strawberry because I don't want any of my powder to stick to the top. Okay, I'm going to now ink up my stamp. I'm going to use a Certainly Celery marker just for the top of my strawberry, and then I'm going to use the real red ink pad because I don't have a marker, so I'm going to use a blender pen. And I'm going to pick up the colour from my blender pen, and then I'm just going to lightly colour in my strawberry. If you had the craft ink pads, it would be a lot easier. Because you've put the Versamark on first, it's still going to be sticky. And the reason that I've wiped the Versamark off the top is because our powder is red, and the red's not going to look too good on the green. So I'm going to stamp that in the middle of my cardstock. You can see it's a bit pale, but that's fine. If I wanted it to be darker, I'd have added a bit more colour. You could use heat and stick powder next if you wanted to make it really sticky, and you just pour that on and then heat it up and then add your powder to it. But today I'm just going to add the powder to it like this. And because I've put more clear embossing powder on it, it's going to be more sticky on the strawberry part of the flower, on the strawberry part of the fruit, rather than on the leaves on the top. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to need to heat that up with a heat gun, and I'll do that and I'll come right back. Okay, I've heated my strawberry up now, and I'm just going to cut it out with a 1 3/8 circle punch. And I've also got a piece of Certainly Celery, which I need to use my scallop circle. Okay, and then I can layer that just on the top like that. I'll put that to one side for a minute. And what I've got is a a bordering blue base, which I'm going to stick some of the Summer Picnic Designer Series paper on, just on the bottom half of the card. And I'm also going to use a piece of Whisper White, which I've already tied my ribbon around this, as you can see, and I've stuck it onto the back. I've got another tutorial on how to do that, so if you want to check it out, have a look. And I've used the scallop edge punch along the edge of my cardstock. Now on this card here, I used a smaller hole punch just to run some holes along, but I don't want to do that on this one. So I'm going to add some adhesive to the back. Of my card, and then I've stuck my strawberry on to my cardstock. I'm going to add some adhesive to that as well. Okay, and there's your scratch and sniff card. You don't actually need to scratch it, it does smell just on its own. When you're heating it up, be careful not to heat it too much because you can burn the jelly crystals. But it's lovely. And if you're one of my ladies and you live locally and you want to have a sniff of my scratch and sniff card, then give me a call. And if you'd like to book a workshop and find out how to do it, then let me know. Thanks for joining me. Bye.